high-level evil ghost's combat power is indeed sky-high. A single move resulted in the annihilation of 4 members from the Snow Phoenix Academy. The flawless psychic attack is giving Lin Ma a severe headache. Is he really doomed to just cower in this trash-can ghost until the end? Just now, the blood-pupiled ghost alerted of a large group of ghosts approaching from a distance. Lin Ma decisively gave up the entanglement with the 4 members of the Snow Phoenix Academy, conceded defeat on the spot, and quickly withdrew from the bank. Then he hid inside the trash-can ghost summoned by Black Little Fat. As the battle between numerous ghosts and the 4 from Snow Phoenix Academy erupted, Lin Ma kept an eye on the situation inside the bank through blood pupil. He noted that a few double-layered ghost masters from Snow Phoenix Academy were indeed very powerful. Through the tacit coordination of 3 people, they have already successfully killed several vampires. A Snow Phoenix Academy student, wiping ketchup from his mouth, said, "You lost. Time's up for a smoke. You said you'd let us go if we lasted the duration of a cigarette. Aren't you guys university students? Talking about credibility with ghosts. Has your brain been eaten by a dog? However, I didn't expect you few to last this long. Dying by my ultimate move is also an honor." After saying this, the smoke ghost shouted loudly, "Smoky reckoning." Suddenly, a thick smoke rose around, instantly enveloping Luze and the others. When the smoke cleared, all 4, including all contracted ghosts, died on the spot. A bunch of weaklings dare to show off in front of me, completely overestimating themselves. The smoke ghost looked at the bodies before him, took a deep drag from his cigar. Lin Ma was also shocked, eyes wide open. In less than half a minute, a group wipe just happened. The smoke ghost's move is too invincible. This move, Smoky Reckoning, the smoke produced causes mental confusion, continuously seeing one's past misdeeds. With each one appearing, the smoke ghost can whip the target once with an energy whip. These 4 were literally whipped to death. Looking at Luze's scar-riddled body, it only shows that he had committed many sins in his life. Achio's explanation was an epiphany for Lin Ma. He couldn't help but admire Achio for his theoretical knowledge. Although the Snow Phoenix Academy members successfully drained a lot of ghost energy from the smoke ghost and also killed several vampires, but this move of the smoke ghost seems a bit tricky. A wide-ranging attack that directly targets the soul. It's really hard to crack. Maybe just hide here until they leave on their own. Achio, holding a razor, confidently said, "No need to hide. I think we can go out and fight directly." Although the smoke ghost's ultimate is powerful, its cooldown time is just too long, needing an hour. Without his skills, the smoke ghost is at most a grunt. As long as we go all out for a quick resolution, we should be able to eliminate them within an hour. Strike while he is weak. After saying this, the 2 jumped out of the trash can ghost and quietly approached the bank lobby. Meanwhile, Black Little Fat, crouched inside the trash can ghost, anxiously asked Lin Ma, "Big brothers, if you both leave, am I just waiting to die here alone? Just stay put and don't move. The trash can ghost will cover your scent. You'll be safe for the time being. After we take care of the ghosts inside, we'll still need your trash can ghost to carry the money." As Lin Ma and his companion drew closer to the bank lobby, the high-level evil ghost, Smoke Ghost, also sharply sensed the anomaly and immediately alerted his minions to be ready for battle. But when they saw only Achio and Lin Ma appear at the doorway, the ghosts relaxed. After all, they had the advantage in numbers. Just a couple of low-level ghost masters were easy to handle. Wow, seems like my luck is good today. Just harvested 4 fresh humans, and now 2 more have come to the door. After going back, the boss will surely reward me. Attack! We want them alive this time. As soon as the smoke ghost finished speaking, a group of vampires already pounced towards Lin Ma and his companion. Facing the oncoming attack, Achio instantly summoned the shadow ghost and charged forward, clashing directly with 4 vampires. "Here come the ghosts," Lin Ma shouted. 4 contracted ghosts appeared in front of him, one sword to extinguish souls. The sword ghost's ancient sword fiercely slashed at the approaching vampire. With a loud clang, the fierce force sent the vampire flying, but its hard skin meant the sword did little damage. 2 other vampires, seizing the moment Lin Ma's sword move was on cooldown, quickly extended their claws towards his head. Lin Ma swiftly dodged backward, narrowly escaping the deadly sneak attack. Achio hurriedly warned, "Be careful, Lin Ma. The vampire's passive ability is the taste of blood. Once the target is bleeding, their attack power and speed will greatly increase. That's when it gets troublesome. In that case, I won't engage them in close combat. I'll bombard them with skills instead." The Sanskrit sound claims life. Lin Ma controlled the contracted ghost to launch a skill. As urgent piano sounds began to play, the vampires, already sensitive to sound, were all immobilized, twisting in pain as they clutched their ears. The chainsaw ghost, seeing this, lit up with excitement, immediately revved his chainsaw to full power, then leaped into the group of vampires, initiating a chainsaw dance. The huge chainsaw in his hands spinning continuously, turning the surrounding vampires into shreds. The ghost martial actor, with the highest combat skills, wasn't idle either. Wielding a large saber with fierce prowess, he aimed for the vampires' vulnerable necks, and in less than 10 seconds, 5 vampires were killed on the spot. The rest were heavily injured. Smoke Ghost, anxious, stood by and shouted, "Something's wrong. These 2 are stronger than the last 4. Follow my command. Stop messing around. All vampires, use your hurricane bite." Upon receiving the order, the vampires quickly flapped their wings. Then they started to spin crazily exponentially in the air. As energy gathered, a huge tornado appeared in the sky. The next second, the high-speed spinning vampires dived down from all directions. Faced with this all-around three-dimensional attack, Achio and Linma couldn't avoid it. This kind of head-on collision could lead to injury at any moment, and if it triggered the vampire's passive ability, the consequences would be unimaginable. Just as the vampire's attack was about to land, Black Little Fat appeared just in time, holding a 2-meter-tall Trashkin Ghost and charging towards Linma. Trashkin Ghost, harden! Black Little Fat shouted. The Trashkin Ghost's surface quickly turned black, coating itself with a hard shell. Linma and Achio watched the oncoming behemoth, somewhat dazed, wondering what Black Little Fat was up to, and just as the tornadoes reached them, the Trashkin Ghost was about to cover Linma and Achio. Black Little Fat suddenly burst with a speed that belied his weight, then slid on the ground in a stylish maneuver, and in the instant the Trashkin Ghost landed, Black Little Fat entered the Trashkin Ghost with impeccable timing. Bang, bang, bang. The vampire's hurricane-like attacks continuously struck the Trashkin Ghost. The huge recoil shockwave instantly flung all nearby objects away. Nicely done, Black Little Fat, Linma exclaimed excitedly inside the Trashkin Ghost. Of course, who else if not your fatty at the critical moment? I am the primary defender of our team, after all. Linma, eyeing the cracks all over the inside of the Trashkin Ghost, expressed his concern. But your Trashkin Ghost is just at the fierce ghost level. Can it withstand the attacks from these evil ghost level adversaries? Don't worry, my hardening skill is invulnerable for the first 5 seconds. They can thrash all they want and it won't matter. Achio suddenly turned and asked, what about after 5 seconds? Linma and Achio faced a dire situation. A vampire had already broken through the trash can. The interior was already full of cracks and seemed poised to collapse the next second. Quickly retract it. Don't wait for the Trashkin Ghost to be destroyed, Achio said, and with a slash, he killed the vampire before them. Black Little Fat, also a bit scared, quickly tapped the mark on his left hand and retracted the Trashkin Ghost into his body. The vampire's hurricane bite was quick, but also receded quickly. Linma and the others perfectly used the Trashkin Ghost's invulnerability skill to withstand the big move without a scratch on them, but the few vampires left were panting from exhaustion, already injured, and after launching such a fierce attack, their ghost energy was completely depleted. Linma told Black Little Fat to just find a place to hide, leaving the rest to him and Achio. One sword to eliminate evil, Scythe of Death. The vampires were already on their last legs. Under Linma and Achio's relentless assault, they didn't last a strike, with their swords and sabers flying, accompanied by the vampires' wails. All the vampires present were annihilated. Are kids these days all this fierce? Pondered the smoke ghost, who was still waiting for his skill to cool down. It seems I have to take matters into my own hands. The smoke ghost flicked his cigarette pot and relit the tobacco. Then a column of smoke spewed out. Thick smoke carrying wisps of ghost energy spread out. Soon, the entire street was shrouded in smoke. The choking fog caused Linma and his companion to cough incessantly, and within the smoke, visibility was extremely low. They couldn't find Smoke Ghost at all. Although you two are just double-layer ghost masters, in terms of real strength, probably even a triple-layer ghost master is no match for you. I admit I was careless just now, but now that you're engulfed in my smoke, blind and at my mercy, prepare to die. Smoke Ghost appeared silently behind Linma, with a steel smoking pipe in hand aimed at Linma's head. Just in the next second, Linma, who should have been oblivious, suddenly turned around. Their eyes met, and Smoke Ghost was taken aback. Linma, using his body as an axis, gripped the ancient sword with both hands and twisted his waist sharply. A powerful backhand slash was fiercely executed. Clang! The sound of metal striking metal was deafening. The ancient sword heavily chopped onto the smoking pipe. The impact sent it flying. Linma smirked and said, at your mercy? Who said I can't see you? Smoke Ghost's face showed utter shock. What's going on? Your vision wasn't stripped away? Impossible. My skill can't possibly fail. The system's emotional collapse alert chimed in timely. So you thought your little trick was a trump card? I've got my eyes wide open. I can see every single move of yours clearly. At this moment, Linma's blood pupil flickered continuously with red light, standing out strikingly in the midst of the smoke. It's the blood-pupiled ghost. How many ghosts do you have? Kid, this ghost I can almost see through all illusions and barriers. My invisibility smoke is completely useless against it. As Smoke Ghost reeled in shock, Linma suddenly thrust forward with his sword, but Smoke Ghost, being a high-level evil ghost, had a strong sense of danger and retreated in an instant, then vanished into the smoke. You have the blood pupil to counter me. I can't do anything to you, but your partner doesn't have this ghost eye. I'll start with him. Smoke Ghost moved swiftly through the smoke. Due to the distance, Linma couldn't capture his trace for the moment. Buzzcut Kid, time to die. From a corner away from Linma's sight, Smoke Ghost launched a surprise attack on Achio. The steel smoking pipe silently aimed for the back of Achio's head, but Achio seemed to have anticipated Smoke Ghost's attack. His body shifted sharply to the right, skillfully dodging Smoke Ghost's assault. He actually dodged it. Smoke Ghost, missing his strike, was shocked and lost his balance. Plunging forward, a flash of blade light followed. Achio, with a backhand grip on his knife, swung upward fiercely. The sharp razor sliced directly at Smoke Ghost's neck. Had Smoke Ghost not retracted his head at the last moment, he might have been decapitated. Even so, the cut was deep. Black ghost blood blood gushed out like a fountain. The intense pain made Smoke Ghost howl. He hurriedly used ghost energy to heal, but the wound closed unusually slowly. The intense light energy of the razor had already eroded the wound. With no other choice, Smoke Ghost had to press the edges of the wound together to slow the bleeding. Smoke Ghost roared at Achio in anger. "You don't have the ghost eye. How could you see me?" Achio replied indifferently. "I didn't see you, but even under the smoke, you cast a shadow. I just sensed your shadow, that's all. Are you two really freshmen? Your combat experience is richer than ghosts who've lived for hundreds of years. I'm a high-level evil ghost, and yet I'm countered at every turn. Damn, it's bizarre. But no matter what, you're still just double-layer ghost masters. Under the crushing weight of rank, you have no chance of winning." After finishing his sentence, Smoke Ghost swung his arm, and all the smoke began to converge at his feet. As the smoke rose, Smoke Ghost also slowly ascended into the air. "If common tricks can't subdue you, but now you also can't hit me. Just wait until my ultimate is ready. That will be the end for you too. So you plan to just hide in the air?" Linma taunted. "We have legs. We can walk away, and you can't do anything about it. Heh, you don't have long-range attacks. I'm absolutely safe in the air, and my smoky cloud is not ordinary. I can chase you down, and you can't escape," Smoke Ghost retorted with confidence. "Really? Where is this confidence coming from that we can't attack you?" Linma challenged. "Try and see if you can dodge this move of mine." Linma then revealed his blood pupil eye, activating the blood curse. The blood pupil's 3 circles spun rapidly, releasing a surge of power, and in the next moment, a blood-red curse symbol appeared on Smoke Ghost's arm. Floating in the air, Smoke Ghost was shocked. He couldn't believe that Linma had activated the blood-pupiled ghost's 3rd skill, a skill that even a talented ghost master at the 5th level would struggle to use. In an instant, 10 seconds had passed, and the blood curse on Smoke Ghost's left arm exploded, shattering his arm amidst his agonized screams. "This is not good. The opponent's strength is unfathomable. If I don't retreat, I'll perish here," Smoke Ghost realized. Amidst the system's emotional collapse alerts, he quickly fled on his smoke cloud, which rose higher and then swiftly vanished from Linma's sight. Achio turned to Linma and asked, "Should we chase after him?" "No need to chase," Linma replied, setting aside the fact that we can't catch up with his smoke cloud's speed. "Even if we did, he's a high-level evil ghost, and we wouldn't be able to take him down easily. Let's focus on the task at hand." The two glanced at the bank with a knowing look. After some searching, Linma and his group finally arrived at the vault of the abandoned bank within the ghost domain. They summoned the chainsaw ghost, who diligently sawed at the vault door for half an hour until it finally opened, revealing stacks of banknotes. The three were ecstatic, with even the usually composed Achio unable to hide his excitement. "I could shave heads for 8 generations and not earn this much. Black Little Fat, quick, summon your 2-meter-tall trash king ghost. Let's throw in the cash. Take it all. Leave nothing for anyone else." Black Little Fat nodded eagerly in response, and as they stuffed the money into the trash king ghost, the spirit found the experience quite novel. It had existed for hundreds of years and had contained a multitude of things, but this was indeed a first. Inside the Zijin building, Smoke Ghost hurried into the lobby, staggering and covered in ghost blood, with one arm broken, looking utterly bedraggled. "Boss, I've been beaten up," Smoke Ghost said as he stumbled and collapsed in front of Ghost Scholar. Gambling Ghost sneered from the side. "Don't tell me you, a high-ranking evil ghost, got beaten up by freshmen. That I'd like to see. I had no choice. Those kids specifically counter me, and they chose the moment when my ultimate was on cooldown." "You really got beaten by kids? And just 2 of them? I would have thought it was 2,000 the way you look. What a waste," Gambling Ghost mocked. "Boss, let me handle it. If we don't teach these trial freshmen a lesson, they'll think Fast Wave City's ghost domain has no ghosts," Gambling Ghost suggested slyly. "Fine, you lead the team this time, but remember one thing, the 2 kids who injured Smoke Ghost, I want them alive. Even when you beat a dog, you must look at its owner. How dare they bully my subordinates like this?" "Understood, boss. I'll make sure to complete the task with quality and quantity," Gambling Ghost assured. Meanwhile, with Linma's group, they had already scoured the abandoned bank clean. Achio asked Linma, "What's our next move?" "There's another abandoned bank under Purple Gold building, even bigger than this one, but we should hold off. Haven't you noticed that Smoke Ghost and those ghosts from the suburbs are different? They act uniformly and are clearly organized. I think we should withdraw from the downtown area for safety." While they were discussing, Black Little Fat noticed something odd outside. "It seems we can't get out." Under the cover of night, the ghosts that had been dormant during the day were now awake, and the entire block was teeming with wandering ghosts. Linma became increasingly anxious as he watched more and higher-level ghosts gather outside. "What a pity my Dark Abyss skill can only last 60 seconds. If it could last 2 minutes, that would be enough time for us to break out," Achio said regretfully. Linma turned to Black Little Fat and asked, "Can your trash can ghost move?" "When I activate the hardening skill, it does activate a moving property, but it's incredibly slow. It can only move half a meter per minute." Linma's face froze. 1 minute for half a meter? Did you contract a snail or something? "Ah, ha, it is a bit slow. Yeah, it moves by undulating the base," Black Little Fat said with an awkward laugh. "We don't have a choice," Linma responded. "I'm worried that Smoke Ghost will go back for reinforcements to take revenge, so we need to leave here quickly. For now, we can only rely on the trash can ghost. Slow is better than nothing." nothing. The tortoise still beat the hare, after all. Hearing this, Black Little Fat promptly summoned the trash can ghost, and a 2-meter-tall behemoth descended from above. It looked sturdy and reassuring. The trio jumped into the trash can ghost, planning to hide from the ghosts outside. They intended to stay put until the ghost population thinned out, and then use Achio's skills to escape. So, with the trash can ghost's slow but steady effort, they remained safely inside for 5 hours, managing to move 150 meters forward. It was then that they suddenly heard 2 ghosts outside. "This is way too greasy, man. This guy must have high cholesterol," one ghost complained. "Don't be picky. I haven't even got a bit of flesh on this skull," another grumbled. "Whoa, where did this huge trash can ghost come from?" The ghost, mid-bite into a bone, gave it a kick. "Hey, kid, where are you from? I've never seen you around," one ghost asked the trash can ghost. Just as the trash can ghost was at a loss for words, Lin Ma quickly reminded it of what to say. "Tell him you're a ghost from the suburbs, just in town visiting relatives. It's normal he hasn't seen you," Lin Ma coached from inside. "I'm from the suburbs, came into the city to visit my second uncle," the trash can ghost relayed naively. "Oh, a country bumpkin hit the city. Huh? Too greasy. I'm not eating this," the wandering ghost said disgustedly, throwing the leg onto the ground. Hey, can you show a little decency? The trash can is right here," the ghost said before lightly lifting the lid of the trash can ghost. In the next second, the ghost's nose twitched, catching the scent of living humans inside the trash can ghost. "Something's not right. Why are there living people in this trash can ghost?" His right hand charging with a green energy, ready to attack. "Big brother, don't be rash. Why resort to violence upon just meeting? Don't give me that crap," the ghost snarled. "Spill it. Why do I smell humans inside you? I just caught a couple of students to snack on. Haven't digested them fully yet," the trash can ghost stammered out an excuse. "You think I'm a fool?" Suddenly, a hand shot out from inside the trash can ghost, grabbing the ghost by the throat. The ghost was taken aback, desperately trying to call for help from the wandering ghost, but before he could make a sound, he was dragged into the trash can ghost. The wandering ghost, thinking he heard a call, looked back but only saw the innocuous trash can ghost standing still, nothing amiss. Inside the trash can ghost, Lin Ma had his right hand around the ghost's neck, his left firmly covering his mouth. "Achio, now!" Lin Ma commanded. With a swift flash of his blade, Achio decapitated the ghost, the head turning into a ghost pearl. The 3 inside the trash can ghost nearly burst out laughing. This ghost died so unjustly, lost his life over some trash. The wandering ghost sensed something was off and asked about the ghost's whereabouts. "I thought I heard him call for me." The trash can ghost played dumb, suggesting he saw him head west. Meanwhile, in a parking lot within the ghost domain, Gambling Ghost was playing dice with a few trial students. Sorry, you lose. Your life is now mine," he cackled as he looked across at the buzzcut man. "No, I'll fight you," the buzzcut man yelled, preparing to summon his contracted ghost for a desperate struggle. "Young man, don't be unsportsmanlike. You have to accept the loss in a gamble," Gambling Ghost chided before flicking a dice that shot out like a bullet, and with a sickening splat, the buzzcut man's head burst open like a watermelon. The bloody scene petrified the remaining 2 students. Their lively companion was now a rigid corpse. The student in the blue cap cursed the safety bureau 1,000 times over in his mind. "This isn't a trial, it's a death sentence. Now it's your turn. Choose," Gambling Ghost said, turning to the next student. "I don't want to gamble. I just want to go home," the student in the blue cap said, waving his hands in terror. "To refuse is to forfeit, which means death for you," Gambling Ghost declared, and with another flick, a dice shot out. The remaining girl, in tears, begged, "Please, let me go. Don't be afraid. Us gambling ghosts are the fairest of them all. Win, and I'll let you go." With no choice, the girl picked up the dice. It was better to gamble and have a chance than to die without trying. She cried out in excitement at her roll. "I got 3 6s. But Gambling Ghost's dice also showed 3 6s, both scoring 18 points. "But I'm the dealer, so naturally, I win," he declared, and with a flick of his ghost energy, the girl's cries stopped abruptly, and she too became a lifeless body. "Not very durable, are they? Looks like I need to find that little rascal who bullied Smoke Ghost. But where could he be hiding? I've been looking around for half the city and haven't seen a shadow," Gambling Ghost muttered as he walked. Meanwhile, inside the trash can ghost, the lid lifted just a crack, and 3 pairs of shiny eyes peered out, watching his every move. "We're done for. This ghost is coming for us. He's an evil ghost-level Gambling Ghost, and with his strength, he can easily crush us. We're in big trouble. Does he have any weaknesses?" Lin Ma asked. "At the evil ghost level, even if they have weaknesses, we wouldn't be able to exploit them. There's a slim chance if we gamble with him. Gambling Ghost's first skill is dice murder. You gamble with dice, and if he wins, his attack power against the target is multiplied by 10. But if Gambling Ghost loses, he can't attack the target," Achio explained. Lin Ma's eyes lit up. "So, we just need to win the gamble?" Achio shook his head gravely. "It's not that easy to win. He's not called Gambling Ghost for nothing. His second skill, lead dice, greatly increases his control over the dice. He can pretty much roll whatever he wants. Our odds are less than 10%. Hey, little guy, where are you headed? You look new around here," Gambling Ghost said, now standing in front of the trash can ghost. He lifted the lid and called out, "No need to hide. Come out and play a few rounds with me." Gambling Ghost, "Big brother, don't rush us. We've been squatting in here so so long, our legs are numb, Linma replied with a grin as he climbed out of the trash can Ghost. Gambling Ghost was amused by Linma's boldness. You're pretty calm, kid. No wonder you gave Smoke Ghost a hard time. I'll have to be careful with you. He then cleared a space on the ground for the game. Our game is simple. Each person gets 3 dice, and whoever rolls the highest total wins. No problem. I like this kind of simple game, but let's set the stakes first, Linma replied. Gambling Ghost said, if you win, I'll let you go. If you lose, you'll have to leave your life behind. That's not fair. If I win, you should give me your life too. That's only fair, Linma countered. You think you're in a position to bargain with me? I'm doing you a favor by gambling with you at all. Keep talking, and I'll kill you right now. Alright, you're the boss, but I'd like to raise the stakes. How about this? If I win, you let all 3 of us go. If I lose, well, we'll have company in the afterlife. Oh, you're playing big, kid, but I like it. It's a deal. Gambling Ghost agreed, delighted by the high stakes. The two shook the dice cups and started the game. Half a minute later, Gambling Ghost slammed his cup down, indicating he was ready. Lifting the cup revealed 3 sixes, the highest possible roll with 3 dice. Your lives are mine now, Gambling Ghost said with a sinister smile. Achio and Black Little Fat, watching from the side, began to sweat profusely, thinking, how can we play if he's already rolled the highest number? But Linma spoke up confidently. You're speaking too soon, aren't you? I haven't even rolled yet. How do you know you won't lose? Just give it up, kid. Even if you also roll 18, you still lose because I'm the dealer. Ties go to the dealer. Linma, while shaking the dice cup, said, come on, you've been a seasoned gambling ghost for hundreds of years. Do you even understand the rules of the gambling table? As long as I haven't opened the dice cup, I haven't lost yet. Gambling Ghost was speechless, as Linma was technically correct. He had to let Linma continue. After half an hour of shaking, Linma was still nonchalantly shaking the cup, even humming a tune, which infuriated Gambling Ghost. He threatened to end the game and kill them if Linma didn't open his cup soon. Linma, unfazed by the threat, finally stopped shaking, placed his cup on the ground, and revealed the dice, 3 sixes and an additional 1 point for a total of 19 points. That's impossible. There are only 3 dice. Where did the extra 1 point come from? Are you cheating? Gambling Ghost accused angrily. Don't accuse me of cheating. I simply shook the dice so hard it split in 2. Do you accept the loss? Linma retorted. Gambling Ghost was in disbelief. How can that be possible? After suffering a blow to his pride, Gambling Ghost's mentality was completely shattered. Linma smirked. Looks like I win this round. Now that Gambling Ghost's skill, Dice Murder, had been activated, he couldn't harm Linma and his companions. Linma signaled to Achio and Black Little Fat to quickly leave the scene. They climbed back into the trash can Ghost and continued their slow escape out of the city. Black Little Fat expressed his admiration. Linma, you're really something. Not only can you handle female ghosts with ease, but your gambling skills are top-notch too. Linma replied casually, well, I've got the blood pupil. After shaking for half an hour, even with the worst luck, I would get a 6. But what about the extra point? Achio asked, amazed. You forgot I have Sword Ghost with me. A little sword energy can easily split a dice in 2. Black Little Fat showered Linma with praise. That was slick. Linma, relieved from their brush with death, the 3 of them laughed heartily and climbed back into the trash can Ghost, continuing their journey at a snail's pace. When they reached a crossroads, Black Little Fat asked which way to go. As Linma was about to consult a map, a strange noise came from outside, followed by a booming voice. Brother, come quick. If you catch me, you can have your way with me. A pair of robust bull-headed ghosts were in the midst of a chasing game. Suddenly, one of them crashed into the trash can Ghost, sending it flying 10 meters before it crashed to the ground. Positioned on a steep slope, the trash can Ghost couldn't stay upright and began rolling downhill uncontrollably. The rapid rotation inside the can was too much for the trio, and Black Little Fat couldn't help but vomit. Watching the trash can Ghost rapidly roll down the slope, the bull-headed ghost sister who caused the commotion felt guilty. It was impossible for her to correct its course now. All she could do was offer a heartfelt apology as it tumbled away. Meanwhile, in an underground parking lot, a ghost doll floated in the air, looking down at 2 cursed spirit ghosts as if they were prey. These 2 wicked spirits shivered in fear, begging for mercy. Suddenly, with a snap, the ghost doll's neck rotated 360 degrees, and at the same moment, the 2 cursed spirit ghosts let out a wail and collapsed dead. The ghost doll then twisted its head back into place, completely unharmed. This eerie ability to harm oneself and reflect the damage onto an opponent was indeed a bizarre spell. Come back, ghost doll, a crisp voice called from afar, and the ghost doll dove back into the body of Gao Shirshir. A group of male students, having narrowly escaped death, ran to Gao Shirshir to express their gratitude. Thanks, Gao Shirshir, they said. Gao Shirshir, with a serious tone, replied, forget that for now. The ghosts here are too powerful. We need to quickly unite with the other students and get out, or we'll all die. Suddenly, a loud crashing noise echoed in the distance. Is that another ghost? Everyone wondered, on high alert. Then, a massive trash can crashed into a concrete pillar in the underground parking lot, scattering banknotes in all directions. Linma and his 2 companions tumbled out of the trash can Ghost, looking disheveled. Gao Shirshir looked at them with confusion. It's them. How dare they scavenge the abandoned bank and come this deep into the city without a scratch on them? What kind of experts are they? Then it clicked. Isn't this the guy who competed with Sun Mao, the one who used pepper spray to ambush me during the chase? Lin Ma, now utterly exhausted from the ordeal, heard the remarks and managed to nod in recognition. Oh, look, an old acquaintance. Aren't these the same guys who bullied me before? If it weren't for Ran saving me in time, I might have been done for, Lin Ma said. Who are you calling yellow mixed hair? It's the latest trendy hairstyle recommended by teacher Tony. Don't you have any taste? As the man with the sunglasses prepared to confront Lin Ma, Gao Shishir quickly intervened. Stop. Now is not the time for infighting. Lin Ma chuckled quietly to himself. You're lucky someone stopped you from a sure demise, or I would have had to settle the score today. His attention was quickly diverted by the shiny objects scattered on the ground around him. The ghost pearls dropped by the ghosts Gao Shishir and her group had defeated. Putting aside past grudges, Lin Ma hurriedly gestured to Achio and Black Little Fat to collect the ghost pearls. Yellow Hair stepped forward indignantly. These guys have no shame. We did all the work, and they just swoop in to take the loot. Did they even think to ask us? Lin Ma, now's not the time to be greedy for ghost pearls, Gao Shishir said urgently. Our fight must have attracted a lot of ghosts. They're likely on their way here now. It's a matter of life and death. We need to join the other students and escape Fast Wave City together. I'm asking you to join us. Join you? I'd rather not. Who knows when you might stab me in the back? Lin Ma replied, distrustful of her intentions. Gao Shishir looked hurt. You don't trust me? What have I done to deserve this? Lin Ma scoffed. Your character is questionable. You won't even admit to the shady things you've done, pretending to be innocent in front of me. The black-haired girl interjected. Gao Shishir, he's nothing but a thug. Let's not waste our breath on him. We might as well let him fend for himself. Exactly. I'm just a no-gooder from Ares Academy. So please, stay away from me. You're impeding my breathing, Lin Ma retorted. Gao Shishir, feeling a surge of anger, turned to leave with the two girls. Yellow Hair taunted Lin Ma. Let's see how the trash from Ares Academy fares when the ghosts come. Just don't cry for your mommy. Lin Ma responded with a universally recognized hand gesture and a string of curses. Gao Shishir and her group hadn't gone far when they felt a chilling aura enveloping them. The temperature in the neighborhood dropped sharply, a bone-chilling cold assaulting their senses. You little brats, you think you can kill our underlings and get away? A group of ghosts, led by evil ghosts Masquerade Ghost and Exploding Ghost, appeared with the wind. Gao Shishir quickly ordered a retreat. Run. They're too strong. As they dashed to another intersection, they were blocked by another evil ghost, Frozen to Death Ghost, cutting off their escape. There's no use struggling. Surrender peacefully, and I can grant you a swift death. Sun Lily cried out in despair. We're done for. I never should have come on this trial. Gao Shishir, maintaining her composure, assured everyone, don't panic. We still have numbers on our side. If we stick together, we have a chance. The crowd rallied at her words, summoning their contracted ghosts to prepare for a fight. You kids think you can cause a stir? Exploding Ghost mocked them and casually threw two giant firecrackers. The blast sent the group sprawling, and two who couldn't dodge in time were torn apart by the formidable shockwave. I want in on this, Masquerade Ghost declared, holding a face skin and a brush, and dashed into the mist. A figure appeared behind Yellow Hair, trying to be stealthy, but the vigilant Yellow Hair sensed the presence. Think you can sneak up on me? You're not good enough, he said and directed his corroding ghost to confront the intruder. Stop, it's one of us. The man with sunglasses gestured frantically, emerging from the smoke. Are you trying to get yourself killed? You scared the hell out of me. I thought a ghost was trying to ambush me, Yellow Hair said, relieved. But then he realized something was off. There was another man with sunglasses on his left, who had just been knocked over by a bull-headed ghost, crying out for help. Wait, why are there two of them? Who's behind me? Then, a ghostly hand pierced through Yellow Hair's heart, and Masquerade Ghost peeled away the face skin, chuckling. Heh, you've been fooled. Yellow Hair fell dead to the ground. Lin Ma, witnessing this from the sidelines, felt a surge of anxiety. Gao Shishir's group is losing ground. If they get wiped out by the evil ghosts, we're next. As more students fell to Masquerade Ghost's deceptive tactics, the group's unity and trust disintegrated. Everyone began to eye their peers with suspicion, uncertain whether they were human or a ghost in disguise. The defense line, once coherent and collaborative, started to crumble. Exploding Ghost took advantage of the chaos, unleashing a barrage of attacks. With each blast, more students were gravely injured and fell. Even Gao Shishir's strength wouldn't be enough to hold out much longer. Black Little Fat anxiously asked, Lin Ma, which way do we run? There are two evil spirits blocking the way in front, and only a Frozen to Death Ghost behind. Clearly, it's simpler to break through there. Lin Ma assessed the situation quickly. Frozen to Death Ghost, unaware that Lin Ma was targeting her, had been guarding the intersection for a while without seeing a soul, yawning from boredom. As Lin Ma's group approached, she sensed the living beings. Just my luck. Some humans are actually seeking death, she mused. But as she prepared to unleash her frosty assault, Achio activated his Shadow Ghost skill, Dark Abyss, enveloping the trio in an inky shroud that obscured them from Frozen to Death Ghost's sight. Without a clear target, Frozen to Death Ghost decided to freeze everything in her vicinity. She took a deep breath and exhaled a freezing blast, intending to encase her foes in ice. Achio and Black Little Fat tried to evade, but the biting chill locked their legs in place, their lower bodies rapidly becoming encased in ice. Lin Ma, reacting quickly, leaped out of the attack's range just in time to avoid avoid being frozen. He then unleashed the blood pupil ghost's rebound skill, directing an invisible force at frozen-to-death ghost. A wave of frost rose from beneath her feet, immobilizing her with her own chill. Taking advantage of the moment, Lin Ma lunged with his ancient sword, striking twice with all his might. The impact sent vibrations up his arm, but the ghost's icy armor deflected the blows, leaving her unharmed. Lin Ma realized the futility of his attack against the evil ghost's formidable defense. A good try with your blood pupil ghost's rebound, frozen-to-death ghost taunted, confident in her icy protection. But once your control skill ends, the three of you will meet your end. As she boasted, Lin Ma activated his blood pupil once more, this time unleashing the blood curse skill that ignored defenses. A blood-red curse symbol appeared on frozen-to-death ghost, and as the 10 seconds elapsed, the curse exploded, creating a fissure in her ghostly form and sending her flying into a distant wall. Realizing she had sustained actual damage, frozen-to-death ghost was shocked. How can a mere double-layer ghost master possess such advanced skills? She wondered, confounded by the potency of Lin Ma's abilities. Frozen-to-death ghost, clutching her chest and gasping for air, was temporarily incapacitated from the injury to her heart meridian. Lin Ma saw his chance and quickly summoned both the chainsaw ghost and ghost martial actor to free Achio and Black Little Fat from their icy prison. After 5 minutes of vigorous effort, the ice encasing them was shattered. Despite the cold that had seeped into their bodies, causing uncontrollable shivering, Lin Ma urged them to move quickly. Don't just stand there. If frozen-to-death ghost recovers, we won't be able to escape. But suddenly, a hand clutched Lin Ma's ankle, nearly tripping him as he ran. Looking back angrily, he saw the girl from earlier being bitten by 2 vampires, desperately clutching his trouser leg and pleading for help. Sorry, I'm just a no-gooder. I'm not fit to help, Lin Ma said, shaking off her grip with a fierce kick, and sprinted away as the girl cried out in despair. Gao Shishir, still fighting with her group against the ghosts, noticed Lin Ma breaking through and called for a retreat. But before they could move, Yellow Hair had been impaled by a minotaur ghost. Gao Shishir bit her lip in determination, then turned and, pulling Sun Lily with her, ran in the direction Lin Ma had escaped. As Lin Ma and his companions raced ahead, he noticed something odd. How could Black Little Fat, who weighed over 300 pounds, run faster than him and Achio? Moreover, a trace of ghost energy on him remained undetected by the blood pupil. Definitely a problem. Black Little Fat, Lin Ma called out as they ran. I formatted my phone before we entered the ghost domain. All those exclusive resources I promised you are gone. What resources? Life's on the line here. The one they thought was Black Little Fat replied, sounding unconcerned. At that moment, Lin Ma and Achio didn't hesitate. They struck with sword and blade towards him. The imposter stopped abruptly and turned around, revealing a ghastly ghost face beneath the torn facade. How did you figure it out? The masquerade ghost growled, incredulous that his disguise had been penetrated. You're right, the blood pupil couldn't see through it, Lin Ma explained. But if our real Black Little Fat found out I lost those resources, he'd be chasing me down to get them back. He wouldn't be as calm as you are. What the hell are these exclusive resources that are more important than life itself? Masquerade ghost roared in frustration. You don't need to worry about that now. Just tell me where you've taken the real Black Little Fat, or I'll make sure you regret it. Lin Ma threatened, ready for a fight. Masquerade ghost, despite being wounded, scoffed at Lin Ma and Achio's attempt to confront him. With a swift motion, he initiated a secretive technique called molt, shedding a layer of ghost skin, which made him disappear from sight. But in the next instant, a shadowy figure appeared behind Achio, its deadly claws aiming straight for his heart. Sensing the imminent danger, Achio decisively activated his shadow technique, Shadow Swap, and with a whoosh, he exchanged places with his shadow on the ground, evading the assault. Seizing the opportunity of Masquerade Ghost's off-balance moment, Achio counterattacked with Scythe of Death, conjuring a large shadowy scythe that cleaved towards the ghost. The scythe struck true, opening a large wound on Masquerade Ghost's waist. Cursed kids! Are all the young ones this powerful nowadays? Masquerade Ghost muttered in shock, realizing the tide had turned against him. With another use of his molting technique, he made a hasty retreat from the confrontation. Achio looked anxiously at Lin Ma. Where the hell is Black Little Fat? Let's get back there. Dead or alive, we have to find him, Lin Ma said determinedly. Gao Shishir tried to intervene. What are you doing going back there? There are at least 3 evil ghosts, not to mention countless malevolent spirits. To be honest, Black Little Fat might already be gone. There's no need for you to throw your lives away. Let go of me, Lin Ma retorted, yanking his wrist away from her grasp. Unless I see with my own eyes that my brother is gone, there's a chance he's still alive. And even if he's dead, I have to recover his body. With that, Lin Ma turned and ran back towards the city, his resolve as strong as ever. The burly man nearby, watching Lin Ma's courageous decision, couldn't help but admire him. That guy is a real man. If he makes it out alive, I must make an effort to befriend him, he thought. Gao Shishir, watching Lin Ma's retreating figure, felt an indescribable emotion well up inside her. Let's move, she said to the others. We need to contact the safety bureau as soon as possible. They might still be able to save him. Meanwhile, Lin Ma and Achio frantically called out for their friend, their voices echoing with urgency. Fatty, where are you? Make a sound if you're alive. I'm here, Lin Ma bro. A hand is seen extending from beneath a pile of bodies, followed by the familiar hefty figure of of Black Little Fat. Achio, overjoyed to see his friend alive, rushed to help him up. Wait, Lin Ma suddenly held back Achio with a firm grip on his shoulder. Be careful, it could be Masquerade Ghost. Hearing their whispers, Black Little Fat shouted in frustration. What are you doing? Can't you see I'm hurt? Hurry up and help me. Then Lin Ma tested him. Oh, by the way, I just remembered, my phone got water damaged when we entered the Ghost City. Those exclusive resources I promised might be gone. What? The resources are gone? Black Little Fat exploded. Lin Ma, damn you. If it weren't for those exclusive resources you promised, why would I even come to this godforsaken place? My whole Maid series collection is gone. Wow, that reaction is too real, Lin Ma said, convinced. That's definitely our Black Little Fat. He and Achio hurried over to help him up. As they reunited, a menacing horde of ghosts, led by Gambling Ghost and Smoke Ghost, approached. Lin Ma felt a wave of dread as the thick aura of death crept closer. Gambling Ghost raged. I'm the god of gambling, and I lost to a kid like you? How am I supposed to face anyone after this? Your life is mine. Smoke Ghost added, that blood-pupiled ghost is too much of a counter to me. We have to take him down while he's still weak. Have you no professional ethics? You lose a bet and go straight for murder, and you, Smoke Ghost, calling for backup because you can't win a fight? You're exactly the type of person I despise, Lin Ma retorted, flipping them off, which only fueled their anger even more. They both declared they wanted another round with Lin Ma. Then, with a snap of a folding fan, Ghost Scholar struck both Gambling Ghost and Smoke Ghost on the back of their heads. What a bunch of incompetence, he scolded, waving his fan in disgust. You're getting beaten by a couple of kids. You've lost one-on-one, and now you can't even handle a group fight. What good are you? Do I have to do everything myself? You're disgracing all of Vast Wave City's ghosts. Ghost Scholar's rebuke was harsh, and his disappointment in his subordinates was as clear as day. Lin Ma and Achio, staring at Ghost Scholar, felt the pressure of a nearly Ghost King level entity, the kind of pressure that made sweat pour out of them like rain. They knew that even their luckiest blows against Gambling Ghost and Smoke Ghost wouldn't stand a chance here. The vast difference in levels created an oppressive atmosphere. Ghost Scholar's imposing figure seemed to grow even larger in Lin Ma's eyes, his aura so overwhelming that it was suffocating. Ghost Scholar smirked at the trio. Today, you will witness what a Ghost King's power truly is. What do we do? Are we going to die here? Lin Ma thought, panic setting in. Ghost Scholar addressed Lin Ma with derision, the kid playing with a toy sword. Show me whatever tricks you have. I'll stand right here and let you attack me for 10 minutes without fighting back. If you can entertain me, maybe I'll let you live. Lin Ma was taken aback by Ghost Scholar's taunt. Was this the legendary arrogance of a powerful ghost? Without hesitation, Lin Ma activated Blood Curse. His blood pupil spun rapidly as he unleashed a wave of red energy toward Ghost Scholar, but the curse that had never failed before was now blocked by an invisible force, unable to attach to Ghost Scholar's body. With a condescending glance at the curse mark and a casual flick of his fan, Ghost Scholar summoned a powerful tornado that swept up the blood curse, carrying it far away from him before detonating it harmlessly in the open air. Lin Ma was stunned. Ghost Scholar could not only block his attack, but also control the direction of his skills. Ghost Scholar sways his folding fan with pride. See that? This is true power. Behind him, a chorus of ghosts continuously flatters him. Meanwhile, on the other side, Gao Shirshir and others were still sprinting towards the outskirts of the city. Due to Ghost Scholar's intervention, a dense cloud of ghost energy had already formed in the sky, turning into a dark cloud. Such a powerful presence of ghost energy indicated that Lin Ma was facing someone of at least a half-step Ghost King level. It seemed certain that the three of them were doomed. Ha ha ha, this guy is finally dead. I'll go back and share the good news with my brother. He will be very happy, Sun Lily said as she looked into the distance and let out a long sigh of relief. Back with Lin Ma, the ghosts continued to flatter Ghost Scholar, who was basking in the adulation, seemingly forgetting about Lin Ma and his friends. Lin Ma realized that perhaps flattering Ghost Scholar could be their only chance at survival, so he began clapping, praising Ghost Scholar's mighty ghost energy, comparing it to the force of a Category 80 typhoon, leaving nothing in its wake. Ghost Scholar looked at Lin Ma with a smile, amused by the flattery. Oh, you have quite an eye for detail, kid. Black Little Fat joined in. Absolutely, you're the top ghost around. I bet no one under the heavens can withstand even one of your attacks. You're so powerful. Why bother with us newbies? Maybe you can let us off this time, right? Lin Ma added his own bit of flattery, hoping to appeal to Ghost Scholar's vanity. Ghost Scholar laughed heartily, enjoying the adulation. I like what you're saying, but let you go? That would be foolish. Flattery is nice, but it's not as satisfying as the real thing. With that, he unleashed his ghost energy, which condensed into sharp blades and whirled towards Lin Ma. In an instant, countless cuts were made on Lin Ma's body, and blood immediately soaked his entire body, turning it red. Desperate, Lin Ma knelt down, pleading for mercy. Seeing Lin Ma's plight, Black Little Fat rushed to his side to support him, knowing how hard it was for Lin Ma to bow down like this. He too knelt down and pleaded with Ghost Scholar, tugging at Achio to join them. Achio, clutching his razor, refused indignantly. Beg for what? I'd rather die than kneel to a ghost. Ghost Scholar grinned at Achio's defiance. Quite brave for a little kid. Let's see if you can keep that up when I skin you alive. He then gathered a massive amount of ghost energy and with a flick of his fan, set countless wind blades towards towards them. Achio stepped forward, shielding the others from the onslaught, his body torn by the cutting winds, blood spurting wildly. Ghost Scholar sneered at the display of brotherhood. Since you're so close, don't worry, I'll bury you together. You won't be lonely. With a flourish of his fan, several blades swiftly sprang out from the folding fan. My blade is quick, it won't hurt for long. As the fan swung towards them, Lin Ma let out a horrified scream. The imminent death of his friend caused a surge of unknown energy to begin stirring within him, a power he had not felt before. At this critical moment, a hoarse voice echoed from the sky. Stay your hand. A black crow appeared overhead, clutching an envelope in its talons, signifying a messenger from the King of Hell. Ghost Scholar's descending fan abruptly halted. Damn, a messenger from the King of Hell? Why is he sending me an urgent message? I've always been generous in my offerings to him. What's this significant matter? Ghost Scholar's face shifted between shades as he took the letter, hands trembling as he opened it. His expression changed drastically, sweat beading on his forehead. I was this close to causing a disaster, he muttered to himself. Are you Lin Ma? Ghost Scholar inquired, his brows furrowed, glancing back and forth between the letter and Lin Ma, who was still partially kneeling on the ground, now looking perplexed. Yes, that's me. What's the matter? Ghost Scholar suddenly seemed very cordial. Young man, what's your relationship with the King of Hell? He specifically wrote to me asking not to kill you. The King of Hell? Lin Ma was dumbfounded. I don't have any relationship with him, though I might meet him soon if I really die here. Think about it, Ghost Scholar urged. Maybe you've met him in person without knowing his name. He then conjured an image of the King of Hell. Do you recognize him? Lin Ma shook his head honestly, insisting he had never seen such a person from the moment he was born. That's strange. The boss usually takes lives without hesitation. He never spares them, Ghost Scholar mused. Lin Ma straightened up and asked, stop worrying about whether I know him. Since he wants to save me, can we go now? Go. Get out of here. Ghost Scholar was still puzzled by the matter, but with an order from the King of Hell, he couldn't harm Lin Ma any further. Alright, we're leaving. Lin Ma and his companions exhaled a sigh of relief, smiles spreading across their faces as they quickly left the circle of ghosts. Once they were gone, Ghost Scholar turned to Gambling Ghost with instructions. Since the King of Hell wants to protect them, notify all the ghosts in the city. No one is to attack Lin Ma and his friends. Gambling Ghost felt a shiver of fear himself. Thankfully I lost to Lin Ma. If I had killed him, who knows how the King of Hell would have taken his revenge on me. As Lin Ma, Achio, and Black Little Fat ran through the streets, they noticed something odd. Not only did all the ghosts make way for them, but their gazes were also filled with fear. Lin Ma's heart finally settled as he realized Ghost Scholar was serious about letting them go. He turned to Achio and asked, do you know who this King of Hell is? King of Hell is one of the 10 ghost kings wanted by the human race. He once led an army of ghosts that slaughtered the inhabitants of 11 cities in the north, Achio explained, his eyes still filled with confusion. But how do you know such a top-tier ghost? I don't, Achio. How could I possibly have connections with such a big shot? Our Lin family has always been poor farmers, at the bottom of the ladder in both the human and ghost worlds, Lin Ma said with a wry smile. Black Little Fat, thrilled by their escape, excitedly suggested, forget about the King of Hell. The ghosts in Vast Wave City's ghost domain won't attack us now. Let's hit the next bank. Trashcan Ghost still has plenty of room to fill. Meanwhile, in the mountains of the southwestern region, Shuang was busily washing old clothes. Lin Ma is in grave danger in Vast Wave City's ghost domain. Why send a letter through the little King of Hell instead of protecting him yourself? What if Ghost Scholar didn't care about the letter and hurt the kid? I can't directly intervene in these matters, or Lin Ma might suspect something. Besides, the little King of Hell is reliable. His fearsome reputation is well known. Even Ghost Scholar wouldn't dare mess with him. Lin Lan, confident and relaxed, smoked his pipe. Although Lin Ma has grown up fast, the time is not yet ripe. We cannot let him know too much of the secret for now, as he bears the heavy responsibility of reviving a nation of over 100,000 people. Without the strength to match, this responsibility will bring him endless peril. Just as Lin Lan finished speaking, a young woman carrying a bucket of water entered the yard. Dad, you're back from the coastal area. This was Lin Ma's sister, Lin Qingyu, who was frail with sickness. My dear girl, you shouldn't be doing such hard work with your weak health. Put that down, Lin Lan said as he rushed over to take the bucket, asking if she was feeling alright. Dad, I need to get some exercise, even if I'm weak. That bucket weighs over 10 pounds, and it was tiring to carry it all the way from the back mountain. Seeing her father's concern turning into anger, Lin Qingyu's eyes filled with tears. She had been bedridden for years and yearned to be more active. Lin Lan and Shuang immediately softened, reassuring her that exercise was good. Seeing her parents' reaction, Lin Qingyu stopped crying and asked about Lin Ma. How's Lin Ma doing at university? Can I talk to him on the phone? Your brother is undergoing a trial in the Vast Wave City ghost domain right now. They don't allow phones there. He'll call you when he's out. He's been asking about you too when I visited him at school. Lin Lan reassured her. Ghost domain? Is that place dangerous? Lin Qingyu asked, worry creasing her brow. No worries. Your brother is quite capable. All those spankings when he was little weren't for nothing. Now, he's tough as nails. Lin Qingyu, satisfied with the answer, smiled back. Lin Lan looked at his daughter's pale face and felt a pang of sorrow. Can she make it through another year? At the temporary command center in Vast Wave City's ghost domain, Gao Shi Shurshur was reporting to Sundeli. She expressed her concerns about the overwhelming strength of the ghosts and the danger they posed to the first-year students, requesting an immediate halt to the trial and rescue for the students. Sundeli, however, remained unmoved. He claimed that the purpose of the trial was to enhance combat capabilities, and that casualties were a normal part of such exercises. Strength could only be forged on the brink of death. Gao Shurshur was puzzled by this logic. But if the students participating in the trial all perish, wouldn't that be a severe teaching accident? Aren't you afraid of being held accountable? Sundeli revealed the true purpose of the trial: to lure out the remnants of the seal demon behind Lin Ma. If we can accomplish this task, it would be a great merit that would cover up any minor incident, he explained. Gao Shurshur was shocked. Her dream was to become a ghost master and protect citizens, but now she realized that the safety of the people was worthless compared to the pursuit of personal achievements. This isn't just my decision, it's what your father wants as well. Are you questioning your own father? But Lin Ma is in grave danger, with a half-step ghost king after him. What are his chances of survival? Sundeli grabbed her shoulder. You should have told me this important piece of information sooner. The person behind Lin Ma won't let him die easily. They will definitely intervene to save him. The opportunity we've been waiting for is finally here. And what about the other students? Are you going to save them? Gao Shurshur pressed, but Sundeli was already rallying his people. Everyone, assemble. The remnants of the seal demon have surfaced. The agents quickly gathered, prepared for the moment that could bring them promotion and wealth. Without another glance at Gao Shurshur, Sundeli led the group out. It was clear they were set on gathering intelligence, not concerned with the lives of the students. Could it be true, as Lin Ma suggested, that the Safety Bureau was indeed a place that harbored filth and corruption? Lin Ma, Achio, and Black Little Fat managed to reach the empty vault of Fuji Bank, only to find it had already been looted. Someone got here first, but it couldn't have been the freshmen. They're busy trying to survive, Achio analyzed calmly. It was probably looted by bandits during the ghost outbreak 2 years ago. Lin Ma grumbled in frustration. As they were about to leave and search elsewhere, a man suddenly fell from the sky, landing heavily in front of a nearby shop. He cried out for help, calling for a chief, indicating he might be from the Safety Bureau. Lin Ma suggested they hide and observe the situation. At that moment, blood-pupiled ghost alerted them to look upwards, where they spotted what seemed to be an invisible ghost. They're probably using the ghost's area ability to become invisible and sneak into the ghost domain, Lin Ma conjectured, realizing they were likely targeting him. Suddenly, the surrounding ghosts launched an attack on the Safety Bureau agents. Sundeli quickly summoned his contracted ghost, and White Soul Ghost split into 3, whisking him and 2 others into the air. Don't leave me behind, one of the men begged, but Sundeli coldly replied, sorry, brother, my White Soul Ghost can only split into 3. I can't save everyone. As the abandoned man's cries echoed, he was overwhelmed by the oncoming ghosts. Sundeli, without a second glance back, made his escape. Watching him fly away, Lin Ma swore, Sundeli, I was planning to come to you, but you delivered yourself to my doorstep. And with that, he sprinted after the fleeing figure of Sundeli. Achio and Black Little Fat, puzzled by Lin Ma's sudden determination, asked what was going on. Lin Ma, visibly anxious, explained that Anran had been poisoned by Sundeli and needed the antidote urgently. Achio, seeing how important Anran was to Lin Ma, agreed to help distract the other Safety Bureau agents so Lin Ma could focus on Sundeli. Though reluctant to make enemies with the Safety Bureau, Black Little Fat decided to stand by his brother. At the crossroads, Sundeli and his 2 companions were confronted with a grim scene of low-level contracted ghosts and the corpses of trial students. Realizing the gravity of the situation, looks like no one came to save Lin Ma. He's probably been torn apart by the ghosts. Let's get out of here, he said, eager to leave the perilous ghost domain. However, his retreat was cut short by Gambling Ghost and Smoke Ghost, who emerged from the shadows, laughing menacingly. You think you can come and go from our vast Wave City ghost domain as you please? It's not that easy. An agent, panicked, yelled that they stood no chance against the high-level ghosts, Gambling Ghost and Smoke Ghost. Sundeli desperately summoned his White Soul Ghost to escape through the air, but as it reached for him, a blood-red curse appeared on it. Trying to run, Smoke Ghost taunted, only to be interrupted by an explosion. The White Soul Ghost carrying Sundeli burst apart, the shockwave causing his blood to surge and leaving him gasping for air. The other 2 manifestations of the White Soul Ghost also exploded. Sundeli realized too late that they had been ambushed. As the trio stood confused and frightened, a shadow rapidly approached. It was Achio's Dark Abyss ability. Sundeli, you're not getting away. Lin Ma burst out from the shadows, his ancient sword ready as he charged. Sundeli, seeing Lin Ma alive, paled with shock. It's time to avenge and ran. Lin Ma invoked the marks on his left arm, summoning his contracted ghosts, Chainsaw Ghost and Ghost Martial Actor, both echoing Lin Ma's fury as they rushed at Sundeli. Sundeli, trembling, summoned his invisible ghost and Drowned Ghost in defense, but they were no match for Lin Ma's relentless attackers. The 2 bureau agents tried to intervene but were stopped by Achio, who had stealthily positioned his razor-sharp blade against one agent's neck. The other, attempting to retaliate, found himself entangled by a shadow and quickly subdued by Achio. Gambling Ghost and Smoke Ghost were taken aback by Achio's strength, which seemed on par with Lin Linma's. They were puzzled by the situation unfolding before them. The Safety Bureau was supposed to protect students, yet now they were fighting among themselves. Linma's deadly intent made it clear he was determined to severely punish the bureau chief. Sundeli, after being kicked in the stomach by Linma, stumbled back 10 steps before regaining his balance. The sharp pain in his chest forced blood from his lips, indicating multiple broken ribs. Linma, with a grim face and sword in hand, slowly advanced on Sundeli. The icy glare in Linma's eyes made Sundeli break out in a cold sweat. He realized that Linma was seriously intending to kill him right then and there. Sundeli angrily shouted at his contracted ghosts. Invisible ghost, drowned ghost, you idiots. Don't you see I'm injured? Hurry up and help me. Looking for help? Do you think I'm just a spectator? As soon as Linma's voice fell, he leaped into the air, slashing down at Sundeli with his sword. One sword to eliminate evil. The furious strike, carrying the might of thunder and wind, sent a sword light cutting across the sky. His body was repeatedly slashed and torn by the powerful energy, his clothes shredding, blood splattering everywhere. Is this all the capability you have, Deputy Director Sun? Linma stood with his sword as Sundeli trembled under his overpowering presence. Linma then fiercely stepped on Sundeli's chest, causing him, already grievously injured, to spit out blood once more. Where's the antidote for the White Soul Ghost's poison? Hand it over, and I might spare your life. You want to save that girl you're so fond of, don't you? That's why you won't let go of me. I see. You want the antidote? Then kneel and beg me for it. As Sundeli laughed maniacally, Linma's ancient sword swung fiercely, and a flash of light passed by. A bloody ear flew through the air. The intense pain caused Sundeli to howl uncontrollably. Sundeli felt an immense sense of injustice. The deputy director of the Safety Bureau had been brought to such a low state. You wouldn't dare kill me today. When I get back, I'll make sure you pay for this. Why wouldn't I dare to kill you? It's not just you. Even if Gao Longshan were here, I would do the same to him. Stop pretending. You know very well that if I die, you'll never get the antidote for the poison, and the girl you care about will undoubtedly die. Haha, you have to let me live. Sundeli, thinking he had found Linma's weakness, laughed triumphantly. Linma felt a sinking feeling inside, and he warned Sundeli with a heavy voice, think carefully. I need the antidote, but don't push me too far, or I'll end up destroying your whole family. If you dare touch my family, I'll kill myself. Sundeli threatened, confident in his leverage. And your little lover will be buried with me. I won't lose. You're really despicable, Linma retorted. It seems you think you've got me cornered. Heh, just be smart, kid. Let me go. Escort me out of the ghost domain, then turn yourself in at the Safety Bureau to beg for forgiveness. I'll think about giving you the antidote. Sundeli mocked, feeling assured as he saw Linma's furrowed brow. I can't risk an Rant's life on your conscience, so letting you go is out of the question. Then, turning to a nearby ghost, hey there, brother ghost, could you come over for a second? Are you calling me? Smoke Ghost emerged from the shadows, puzzled as he looked at Linma. Your big move, Smoky Reckoning, can torture souls, right? Use it on this guy to make him hand over the antidote, Linma commanded, kicking Sundeli towards Smoke Ghost. Why would I listen to you? Have you forgotten what happened at the bank? Smoke Ghost scoffed, still holding a grudge. I was wrong, and I apologize, but I really need your help now. Consider it a favor owed, Linma pleaded. And what's the worth of a favor from a kid like you? Smoke Ghost sneered. My favor might not be worth much, but the favor of the King of Hell certainly is, Linma retorted with twinkling eyes, reminding Smoke Ghost of his powerful backing. Alright, I'll take the job, Smoke Ghost conceded, recognizing the value of such a favor. Seeing this, Sundeli's face turned to one of terror. Just remember, brother, once I start my big move, I can't stop, and even if he gives up the antidote, he's going to die anyway, Smoke Ghost warned Linma. At the mention of the antidote, Linma's eyes lit up with excitement. Perfect, that's exactly what we need. Get started. Both Gambling Ghost and Smoke Ghost were taken aback by Linma's ruthlessness. He clearly didn't care about Sundeli's life at all. Linma, you scoundrel, how dare you conspire with ghosts? You're a disgrace to the profession of ghost masters. Sundeli raged, grasping at Linma's legs. Quit your bullshit, Linma retorted. A scumbag like you doesn't even have the right to mention the title of Ghost Master. Weren't you confident that I wouldn't dare kill you? Now look at you, scared out of your wits. Step aside, kid. My move has a wide range. I don't want to hurt you, Smoke Ghost warned, tightening his grip on the soul whip. He then grabbed Sundeli by the hair and started to channel his ghost energy, filling the air with dense smoke. A thick puff was directed at Sundeli, and as he inhaled it, his body went limp and he fell to the ground. Sundeli howled in pain, his body convulsing uncontrollably, his soul now floating above his body, shackled helplessly to a cross, unable to move. His soul is under control now, Linma. You can ask him anything. He'll tell you everything you want to know, Smoke Ghost assured. Linma nodded and stepped forward to question Sundeli. What sins have you committed over the years? Speak. I've done many wrongs, Sundeli's soul confessed weakly. When I was 4, during a winter, I found a stray cat shivering from the cold. Instead of helping, I urinated on it, leaving it to freeze to death. Animal abuse. He deserves punishment. Smoke Ghost lashed out with the soul whip, striking Sundeli's soul hard. At 17, to get the top score on a graduation exam, I betrayed my friend's trust and lured them into the lair of a prison guard ghost, leading to the deaths of 7 students. 7 lives lost by your hands. You're truly despicable. Smoke Ghost seemed to also disapprove of such scoundrels, and suddenly whipped harder with the whip in his hand. Achio, standing by, added coldly, such evil deeds even before turning 17. He truly deserves death, but it's appalling that such a man could become the deputy director of the Safety Bureau. It shows what kind of people they are. Enraged, Linma kicked Sundeli's body violently. Meanwhile, Sundeli's soul continued to recount his crimes, and Smoke Ghost's whip never ceased to strike. After a series of fierce whippings, the soul became extremely weak, as if it was about to dissipate in the next second. The litany of the scoundrel's sins was so extensive that if this continued, the soul would disperse before revealing the antidote for the poison. Impatient, Linma had Smoke Ghost infuse some ghost energy into his right hand. Then he grabbed the ethereal neck of the soul and demanded, "What exactly is the antidote for the poison? Speak quickly." With a feeble voice, Sundeli's soul disclosed, "Use the ghost bead of the white soul ghost as a catalyst. Add 10 honeysuckle flowers, 5 heartbreak vines, and 1 belladonna flower. Boil them together over a high flame for 3 hours." Having obtained what he needed, Linmo released his grip. He turned to Smoke Ghost and commanded, "Finish him." Rightly so. Smoke Ghost spat out in disdain. "Scum like him don't deserve to live." With one swift move of his smoking pipe, he pierced through Sundeli's soul, shattering it completely. Sundeli's physical body fell to the ground, his eyes reflecting a hint of regret. If only he had known the consequences, he might have chosen a different path. Linma scoured the area after knowing the formula, searching for the battered white soul ghost which had been caught in the blast. It was imperative not to lose such a crucial ingredient for the antidote. Finally, upon finding the white soul ghost, Linma swiftly dispatched it with his sword. The ghost's body shattered into a pure white ghost bead that fell to the ground. Linma quickly picked it up, feeling as if he had found a treasure. Now, he was one step closer to saving his significant other. "Thanks a lot, Big Brother Smoke Ghost, for your strong support. I'll remember this favor," Linma said sincerely, grateful for the help. "No need to thank me. It was just a lift of a finger for me," Smoke Ghost replied, waving his hand dismissively, yet his gaze lingered on the bodies of Sundeli's subordinates with a clear intent. Linma caught on to Smoke Ghost's implication and quickly offered, "These two are all yours," as a token of appreciation for the assistance. No sooner had Linma finished speaking than Gambling Ghost pounced on the two captives under Achio's control. After a quick and efficient fight, Smoke Ghost and Gambling Ghost the 3 bodies away to report back. Black Little Fat, curious about the relentless targeting from the Safety Bureau, asked Linma, "What's the deal with them always after you? And they keep mentioning Seal Demon remnants. It seems they consider you a descendant of the ancient Seal Demon nation." Achio chimed in, "My father used to visit that country when he was young for haircuts. The people were kind and hospitable, but something made Zhou Kingdom wage war against them, and after its fall, the survivors were imprisoned or hid among the populace. The Safety Bureau and the military have been hunting them down relentlessly." "But how does this relate to you?" Black Little Fat was puzzled. Linma was equally baffled. "Could my family be from the remnants of Seal Demon? But my parents are just ordinary country folks. Why would the Safety Bureau make such a big fuss?" "Achio, you didn't hold back against the Safety Bureau folks either today. Did they do something to offend you?" "No personal grudges," Achio replied, "but I couldn't just stand by while they were going after you. And after hearing Sundeli's confessions, I think I went too easy on them. Those scumbags are worse than evil spirits." "Brother, you couldn't be more right," Linma laughed. "I'll remember the solidarity from today. If you ever need Linma for anything, just say the word." Back at the Safety Bureau headquarters, an operative was reporting to Gao Longshan. Out of 5 search teams, only 1 returned, and they found signs of Deputy Director Sunday. "It's likely bad news." Gao Longshan, sitting listlessly in his chair, waved the informant away with a languid gesture. "I know, you may leave. I need some time alone," he said, his voice betraying a sense of defeat. He had hoped to flesh out the power behind Linma with this trial. Things had not gone as planned. The fiasco had not only cost them the Deputy Director Sundeli, but also led to numerous student casualties. There was no doubt that the higher-ups would demand accountability. Gao Longshan was feeling so frustrated that he was hitting his head. He kept thinking about Linma's smug scene in his mind. His molars were almost crushed in anger. Time flew by, and finally, the trial was coming to an end. Linma and the others had successfully returned to the entrance gathering point. Originally, there were hundreds of people in the trial team, but now, less than 30 people came out alive. "Oh dear, these second-rate school participants really can't make it. Either they were annihilated as a group or they were seriously injured. It seems that only our team didn't lose anyone and also returned full of loot. No wonder. How could these second-rate schools compare to our top-notch Snow Phoenix Academy?" someone commented. Linma, standing by, intentionally asked, "Wow, that's impressive. Not a single person lost? How did you manage to survive in the city district? Share some tips." "Fools would go to the city district to die. We just stayed in the suburbs, killed some lone wandering ghosts, and the gains were fantastic," boasted the bald and brawny leader. His teammates kept praising the captain's wisdom, leading in the trial with the most ghost beads collected. The bald man looked at Linma with contempt. "Your crummy university's team probably didn't even get a ghost bead, right? Looking at how unscathed you are, did you just find a corner to hide in?" Linma muttered with with a dark face. Cowards who don't dare to enter the city district. What are they showing off? I'll show them soon. Then, all the students were taken to the temporary assessment area, Safety Bureau, for evaluation based on the trial results. Since Sun Deli, the organizer of this trial, mysteriously disappeared, Deng Shan from the Education Bureau took over the follow-up matters. He announced that the assessment would be based on the quantity and quality of ghost beads collected. Professional appraisers would assess the ghost beads, and any cheating would result in disqualification. With the arrival of 2 senior appraisers, Deng Shan declared the start of the vast Wave City trial evaluation. 2 students, covered in scars, stepped up to the jury, shakily pulling out a large ghost bead from their pocket, claiming it was obtained by killing a high-level wicked spirit. The appraisers lifted the purple bead, examining it closely, then looked at the students in front of them. They declared that the bead was an old ghost bead, several years old, with almost all its ghost energy dissipated. The 2 students were accused of cheating and immediately disqualified. Witnessing this scene, the bald man who had been showing off earlier burst into laughter. He pushed the 2 disqualified students aside with disdain, saying, "Trash shouldn't embarrass themselves here. Let everyone see what we've achieved." Proudly, the bald man's group walked up to the jury, unable to hide their arrogance. The bald man emptied his backpack, and a plethora of colorful ghost beads clattered into the dish. 13 fierce ghost beads, 4 malevolent spirit beads, and 1 evil spirit bead. The 2 judges examined them closely with magnifiers and finally nodded in satisfaction. The crowd erupted in cheers, admiring the strength of the students from the strongest academy in the province. The teachers watching from the sidelines nodded approvingly. Looks like Snow Phoenix Academy is going to win the Ghost Domain trial again this year. It's a shame Gao Shirshir's team had to withdraw. Otherwise, she would have surely taken first place. As the bald man enjoyed the cheers, he felt triumphant, thinking he had secured the championship. Suddenly, a hand raised high in the crowd caught attention. "Teacher, this dish is a bit small. Can we get a bigger one?" Lin Ma called out. Deng Shan, on stage, looked displeased and retorted, "What do you mean? Do you think your ghost beads are too many to fit in this dish?" Lin Ma confidently replied, "Of course, it's not enough." Black Little Fat quickly summoned the trash can ghost. "Let's give them a show." Black Little Fat, not missing a chance to show off, slid his left arm, and a 2-meter-tall giant trash can ghost appeared before everyone. When they tipped the ghost over, beads poured out like a waterfall, accompanied by occasional fluttering banknotes, a dazzling sight. Everyone present was stunned, unable to believe the sheer number of ghost beads. "This is outrageous. How could there be so many ghost beads? Did they clear out all the ghosts in the vast Wave City Ghost Domain?" The bespectacled judge adjusted his glasses in shock. "These beads are all fresh. The rich ghost energy on them proves they were obtained in the past few days," Lin Ma declared proudly. "Teacher, you see, I was right. The dish is indeed too small. Maybe you should bring 10 more dishes to see if they are enough." Amen expressed his regret from the sidelines. "I originally thought Lin Ma would be wasted at Aries Academy, but it turned out to be the exact opposite. This kid has grown so rapidly, completely overpowering his peers in strength. Alas, if it weren't for the interference of Safety Bureau, this outstanding child would have been my proud student." With Lin Ma's impressive display, the outcome of the competition was clear. Deng Shan then announced the champion of this trial on stage, Lin Ma's team from Aries Academy. Moreover, they had set a new record, achieving the highest score ever in the Ghost Domain trial. The 3 team members stood on the podium, elated and basking in their moment of glory.